I don't know why is it when I record a video, I can't just like when I'm not recording. It's weird, guys. You know what's weird? Every time when I want to record a video, I kind of like think about what I want to talk about, and I know everything I want to talk about. And in the moment I start recording myself, for some strange reason, my mind goes completely stupid. And then for some, I just can't think of what it is I'm supposed to talk about. Like, I know the things I'm supposed to talk about in this video, but unfortunately, my head, or not my head, my brain is like, well, I don't remember any of that nonsense we were talking about beforehand. I don't know. It's frustrating, and I don't know if anyone else has that kind of problem. If you do, please leave that in the comments below. I would love to know that. I don't want to feel like I'm the only person who just feels like I know everything I'm supposed to talk about, but now that it's time for me to present what I'm supposed to talk about, it goes, and I'm like, what just happened there? But anyway, guys, I know it's been a while since I've made a video. It's like almost what, like two weeks, and if you can't really tell, my voice sounds a little raspy than it normally does. It's because I've been sick. Or sick as in my throat has been killing me, and for whatever personal reason, I just felt as if I should probably wait to make a video until I feel better. Or at least to the part where I don't have that weird scratchy feeling in my neck that just makes me feel like I shouldn't talk. So I'm making this update video, not just because of that, but because of other things I want to talk about. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Now, first and foremost, let me thank everyone that watched the flower video, which pretty much was my last video that I did. Thank you all for watching that video, leaving comments. I wasn't really expecting it to get over 100 views, to be completely honest with you guys. I mean, I know I shared it with a few of my friends to let them give me feedback as well. But 100 views, when I saw that, I was like, what the balls? Are you kidding me? Did that just really... I'm not even talking in the video. What the... I'll take it. But, honestly, thank you guys so much for leaving me your feedback, your comments, your constructive criticism, anything. And if you haven't seen the video, I'll leave a link in the description. And if I'm smart enough, I will also leave an annotation once I figure out how to do that somewhere in this video. We'll see what happens. But if you haven't looked at it yet, please do. And, leave me any kind of feedbacks. Now, I will say this. I did watch the video a few times. Like, I watched it on my computer. I watched it on the tablet. I watched it on a few smartphones just to see the quality. And I'm going to be completely honest. The first time I uploaded that video, I was a little bit nervous because the first time I uploaded it, it was at 65% and froze on me. Completely froze. At first I was thinking, I woke up and I was like, oh, it's got like an hour left of uploading to do. Okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep, and when I wake up to go to work, it will be ready. I wake up and I still see it's still at 60-something%, and I'm like, what the balls? And then what makes it even worse about that whole video was the fact of the matter is, my whole internet was frozen. It was just like, what happened? Needs to say, I had to reboot my whole system, which made me fear that I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I gotta re-upload that video. And, before I get into it, I did try to compress this video, but then I saw the quality difference, and I was like, oh, hell no, that's not going up there. That looks like crap, and no. I went ahead and uploaded the raw footage, which took 6 hours to do. So I was just like, well, F this nonsense. I'm gonna go to work, come back, and then re-upload it all over again. Give my computer some time to rest, because that same day I made a complete overhaul of an update, getting Mountain Lion on my computer now, which is, it's been weird. Mountain Lion is completely weird to me, and I don't know what to say for it just yet. But what I can say is the fact that it's different, but I can work with it. And I had to reinstall a few things as well, which I wasn't too happy about that as well. But now I think about it, I probably don't need them, and I'll probably uninstall them. But needless to say, I've been having not technical issues, but issues with technology. Which I think is still the same thing, but we're going to roll as if it wasn't. Anyways, before I lose complete things of my processing of thinking, The one thing I do want to say is that with that whole flower video, I use a new capture device. As some of you guys might know, and I actually have the box here for reference, I've been using this as my capture device. Now, honestly, this is not technically something that you want to use for video game quality. Does it work? Obviously, yes, if I'm able to do it. And how I did it was use some splitters. I will say this, though. As far as the video quality is, I know a lot of you guys comment like, it should be sharper or whatnot. Here's my little downfall. See, I use these little plugs that we all been used to for so long. And this thing right here, I believe it's an S-Video card thing. Don't quote me on it, I don't know. If someone like leave that in the comments as well as to tell me what the hell that is, that would be fantastic. I would be so amazed because then I'd be like, I learned something new. But regardless, this would make video be a whole hell of a lot better. Unfortunately, I don't know what I would need to hook this up to older systems. For example, N64, PlayStation 1, PS2, the Xbox. You know, those systems. I don't know what I would need for that. But if anyone would like, could help me out and be like, whoa, Rio, what you need is this, that would be fantastic. Because I would try my best to go out and find it, so if I actually did future LPs on games on older consoles, the quality of the video will look better. But, unfortunately, until then, we gotta be stuck with this little thing, which makes it not as good, but decent. I'll say decent. It's not like crappy, but it's decent. You can visually see what's going on. So that's something. Now, the capture device that I did use for Flower was this bad boy, which I got during the weekend of Black Friday. And, well, actually, not the weekend. It's actually that Monday I got it. So, if it was on sale, then I missed out on that. But I actually had something else on sale, but that's for a different video altogether. Yeah, I got the Gaming Capture HD, so obviously it records in HD. So technically speaking, that flower video is the very first HD video that I can honestly say that I put out. And this is strictly, I can't stress this enough, strictly just for PS3 and Xbox 360. As they show on the back, that's the only thing it's used for. And the thing about it is, the Xbox 360, I have the old model, like the first one, you know, the one that had that red ring of death to it. Yeah, but unfortunately with my red ring of death, I just unplugged the damn thing, plugged it back up, and showed that bitch who's boss. But besides the point of that, because yeah, it has a red ring on me. Well, it tried doing it again. The little bastard was trying to red ring again. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. I was like, look, we can't be having this red ring BS, okay? I need you to play my DVDs for me. It got the message, and it hasn't done it ever since. And if it gets any more ideas, I would do terrible things to it. But besides that point, they do have a way for me to hook up this to my Xbox, the older version, with a bit of an adapter plug. But it does work, and I'm happy with it. Now, the only thing about this is, when I had to do the PlayStation 3, and I didn't think about doing this when I was editing through ScreenFlow. Oh yeah, by the way, that's another program that I use. Put your head around that one. But I didn't realize that because it recorded in, I think it's 1080? Something, I don't remember. But because it recorded in like the highest form I guess it can go into, put this box down for a second, when I rendered the video out, I only put it in 720. So I have to learn the measurements of what 1080 would be, which I still kind of don't know what that is just yet. Procrastination at its finest. But I will learn that because I got a feeling once I do it that way that the video quality might be even slightly better than it was before. So that's something. And as for video games, stuff like that, I know that videos have not been coming out. That was a weird little transition. But I know that videos haven't been coming out as frequently as they used to, like during the summer when I was playing Portal 2, because that was coming up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, unless I had that technical issue deal. But I know that for the past few months, it hasn't been like that, and it's because, you know, one, been learning new software, Photoshop can go kiss my ass, and there's been a lot of personal things that's also been going on. Not to mention this thing right here that's all scratchy and crap. I don't even know how this whole video is going to sound, to be completely honest with you. But because of these little bumps in the road, let's say, things have been on a kind of a hold. And as far as my latest Let's Play of No More Heroes is concerned, I'm putting that game on hold. Main reason because there is a bit of technical issues that I have to deal with. And if you don't know what I mean, when I recorded the 3rd episode, I had some issues because the first time I recorded, everything, like I gotta be completely honest, the first time my reactions were priceless, they were right on the money, and I loved it. Unfortunately, the video was all sped up. So, my voice was at one speed, the video was at a different speed. I tried my best to fix it, but it wasn't working for me. So, unfortunately, I had to delete that whole file, re-record it. Oh, wait, that means because I save between the games and it only has 4 save slots in it, which most of them already use, I would have to start the game all the way over. You could just imagine how happy I was to do that again. Yay. So, unfortunately, all the progress that I did have and all the off-screen that I did prior to all that, I had to do all over again. And I figured, you know what, since I'm doing this anyway, let me just go ahead and completely max out as much as possible before I continue on with the game. So, unfortunately, it's taking a little bit longer than necessary, and I also I believe that would be a little bit of procrastination, but as soon as that is all squared away and ready to go, I would jump back onto it. But this brings me to another thing with games, with the fact that someone did ask a question saying, would it be possible for me to do more than one Let's Play? And I don't see a reason why it shouldn't, but I will say this, when I first started out making these Let's Plays, I try to do 3 at the same time. Quite frankly, 3 is not a magic number for someone like myself. I think 2 would be the perfect, stretch for me to do it, because when I did 3, it was a mess. Videos came out all randomly, and it came to a point where I had to do 1 game at a time. So, to avoid that mess, and this is also why I don't really do a set schedule, even though I say videos come out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What I really mean to say is, any given time during the week, video would come out on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But if I have everything in order and everything's good to go, then we can probably expect videos to come out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But because, like I said, personal stuff and things that go on in this house, it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to do that, especially when there's a whole bunch of noise going around and I can't drown it out with my own commentary, because that's always annoying. And then what makes it really annoying is that when I'm in the video and then someone is like completely yelling or something in this house and I can hear it and it picks up in the video, like on the recording, I'm just like, well, bollocks. Now I gotta do it all over again. And that's a problem. That's just a problem. So normally I try to record when no one's here. It makes it a lot easier for me, but time is always of the essence, apparently. But as another thing also with games, I am going to be trying to do, I'm going to try being the key word here, to do 2 videos or 2 different LPs. Just give me a little time to work everything out. I will also say that I do have ideas of what I could do as a kind of different of a mini series, let's say, of games that are not out, but I can kind of play and whatnot and get my first impression reactions to. I haven't come up with a good title for it yet, so it's still like in beta, but it is something that you should be seeing pretty soon, hopefully, if my voice is a lot better and everything goes according to plan, because that would be awesome. But outside of that, as far as games concerned, I also want to, I gotta put this out there as well, and it's probably the last thing about video games that I gotta say about this whole video. But as far as games are concerned, I do realize a lot of you have requested games. I think so much that someone actually replied to somebody else's comment saying, doesn't Rio have like 100,000 games that he has to play that people keep suggesting to him? And the other person was like, your point is? But no, the person does make a good point. You guys do suggest a lot of games for me, and I actually have gone through and looked at some of these games. And as far as games are concerned, I looked at it. Some of the games that really did interest me, unfortunately, on PC. And if we haven't guessed already, guess what I run? A Mac. And PC, and trying to run a PC game on a Mac is not what I like to call friendly. fact, I call it downright impossible because it's not Mac. Now, because of this, and I'm going to be saying this completely, you know, of my experience of games that I also find to be very interesting, like I think one game is, I believe it's called Hot Ride Miami, something about Miami. It looks trippy as crazy, but I looked at it and I'm just like, I want to play this. It's only PC, what the balls. And then I found another one called They Believe Pixels. I actually been watching someone play that game and it made me want to play it. Only PC as well, and I gotta look at Steam and I gotta be like, dude, what the balls? Why can't these games be multi-platinum for like other hardware? Why is it just PC? I do realize PC gaming is a thing, but you know, some of us actually have like Linuxes, whatever, how are you supposed to pronounce that word? And then the rest of us have Macs. Now, because of this, it has made me think to actually invest on building a PC. I say building because I'm not about to spend a gorge amount of money to buy a PC computer when I can build one and it'd be cheaper. Only problem is I gotta learn how to build a computer. That'd be fun. But I mean, those are games that I would like to play. I think a lot of games that people suggested I actually was interested in playing are PC only. Now, as for the games that are for Mac and PC, I come to find that some of these games are what I like to call still fairly new. What I mean is these games have been out for probably 6 to 7 months old, and as I know, as much as people would love to see me play these games, I'm going to wait off until these games are a little bit not so popular, I guess is probably what I'm trying to say. I'd rather wait. Like, for example, Portal been out for like forever, and when I played it, you know, almost everybody in the mama played the game, except for me. So when I played it, it was more of an enriched experience. Excuse me for stuttering across my words again, but it was more, you know, if it had like a better feel to it because everyone else knew what was going on, and as much as people wanted to tell me stuff, I was like, you tell me something, I'll probably smack you. Well, I didn't say that, but I think the gist of when everyone else jumped on somebody else for spoiling something and it made them delete their comment, or their comment was forcibly removed somehow. Yeah. I don't know. It was something more excited about it, especially when I got to Portal 2 and everyone was like really like, oh my god, I need you to beat this game so we can talk about it and be like, yeah. I kind of want that same experience, and with games that I'm probably more referring to, it will probably be Slender. That game to me is still fairly new because even now people still talk about the game, and I did look at it, I think at the right website. I don't know. I typed it in, I went to Google, typed it, hit search, it came up, I went to the first place, and it's like a fan thing, and it had pictures. Now, the pictures are really like small looking, but from what I saw of these pictures, it made me question a lot of things. Like, what the hell is this game about? And why does it seem to be like this really tall guy that seems to be skinny with no face? I mean, if he has a face, then that's one thing, but if he doesn't have a face, I mean, from what I saw from like the 3 pictures where they kind of like photoshopped him in there, obviously, they were so small I could barely really see anything. I just saw like this tall, skinny thing man, and I saw one with tentacles, so I was just like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Tentacles and stuff. I don't know, the pictures seem to creep me out, but then I started wondering, like, are people just overhyping the game to make it seem scarier than what it is? I don't know, but I'm going to put that game off and wait a while before I play it. Like, I want to play it, like, the time I want to play it is when I don't ever hear that game again. Like, what I mean is, not when someone's suggesting it, but so much, like, I don't hear it in the YouTube universe, like, on other gaming places. Like, oh, and Mug's like, you know, I just don't want to hear it. And I don't know why I did that. I don't know, I do that. It's something. But as for other games, like I said, if it seems fairly new to me or still irrelevant, I'm not gonna be so eager to just jump in to play, go in and play to it. However, I do say this, But I mean, these seem to be games that be like overly popular. I think games that are kind of not well known, I probably would take a chance to do those games more than games that people yap about all over the place. Especially when you're on Twitter and people keep tweeting about it and you just like, shut the hell up. I'm just saying. But I believe that was everything. Because, you know, we talked about the flower video, which, by the way, link in the description if you haven't seen it. You should probably go check it out. Tell me what you think of it. Constructive criticism. Let me know your thoughts. I talked about the capture device and that nonsense. We went over the games, because there's so much game information that I had to put in this video that was kind of absurd. But I think we've gone through all of that. And, I just, of course, new ideas. Always formulating. A possibility of another LP. Pretty sure I got that. And I think that's it. I'm pretty sure. And hopefully I feel better. And my throat gets be 100%. I feel like it's like 85%, but you know, whatever. As for videos like this of me showing myself in front of the camera, this is something that I used to do back in the olden days of YouTube. You know, back when YouTube actually had 5 stars, not the like and dislike button. Yeah, it's kind of weird doing these videos again, but I felt as if since I had to show things off, this would be a better chance to do this. But, you know, if you guys like me doing updates this way, let me know in the comments as well, and I possibly will do more update videos like this. Hopefully not as frequently as the past few months when I made one update after another update after another update. Hopefully these can be spaced out. But, guys, that's really all the time I have. I probably took way too much time, to be completely honest with you. But, hopefully I got everything across. Hopefully I didn't blind you for my white t-shirt, because this room sucks with lighting. But, overall, thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for watching this, especially if you watch all the way through this, because I don't know how long this video is going to be. But, thank you guys again. Gods? Thank you guys. You people, my subscribers, thank you guys so very much. Really appreciate you guys still sticking around with me. And I will catch you guys in my next video, which should be a very interesting blind experience. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But until next time, guys, as always, stay cooly, and I'll catch you all later.